jet fuel. Dave Mattingly, NPR News. Magnetic field today is not as powerful as some scientists predicted. Joe Conches is a physicist at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Space Weather Prediction Center.
Given what we've seen so far, I would back off on the statement that in mass, if you look at all three attributes, this particular one would not be the strongest one possibly in the last 6 years.
The geomagnetic storm surging from the sun was initially expected to be strong enough to disrupt power grids, airplane traffic, and space-based satellite navigation systems. President Obama and the First Lady are dining at this hour with 3 donors to his re-election campaign and guests who won a rare chance to have a private meal with the first couple. It's the third in what the Obama campaign bills as Dinner with Barack. I'm Jamie McIntyre, NPR News in Washington.
Support for NPR comes from Miriam Muscarolas and Grant Abramson in support of NPR's 17 foreign bureaus and commitment to reporting around the globe.
KAWC is funded by the Yuma Visitors Bureau, presenting the annual Yuma Lettuce Days Festival, celebrating the importance of Yuma's agricultural industry to our community. Celebrity chefs, cooking demonstrations, and entertainment will draw 40,000 guests to the Quartermaster Depot March 10th and 11th. More information online at yumalettucedays.com.
Coming up next on All Things Considered, a video by the advocacy group Invisible Children. Calls for military actions against the vicious African militants known as the Lord's Resistance Army. The video has gone viral, getting 40 million views since being posted just this Monday on YouTube. NPR's Michelle Kellerman explores what the group is asking about the Obama administration and what the Obama administration should do, and what the U.S. is already trying to do to counter this threat. That's coming up. Things considered next year. From NPR News, this is All Things Considered. I'm Robert Siegel.
And I'm Melissa Bond. An advocacy group based in California has managed to shine a bright spotlight on a long-running conflict in Africa and one of its most notorious players. Joseph Kony leads the Lord's Resistance Army. It's a rebel group that has wreaked havoc on Uganda and neighboring countries for decades. Kony is known to steal children and turn them into killers. The advocacy group, called Invisible Children, released a film on the internet, and it's traveled the world, as NPR's Michelle Kellerman reports. If it hasn't shown up on your Facebook page or Twitter feed yet, the video Kony 2012 probably will soon.
For 26 years, Kony has been kidnapping children into his rebel group, the LRA.
As Invisible Children director Jason Russell explains in somber tones, the girls are turned into sex slaves and the boys into child soldiers.
He makes them mutilate people's faces, and he forces them to kill their own parents.
Over 40 million people have watched the video since Monday, says Michael Poffenberger, who runs a group called Resolve, which is working on the campaign with Invisible Children.
It's blown up all over the world. I mean, we've been getting messages from Pakistan and United Arab Emirates and a student group in Libya who wants to be involved with the campaign.
Poffenberger's role is to translate all this attention into policy recommendations, but what he and others are suggesting is actually what the U.S. is already doing.
This isn't an issue where we're outraged that our government hasn't been doing anything. It's an issue that we're outraged about what's going on and encouraging our government to keep up the good work. And we think that with the progress that's been made, that this attention can help actually see this issue resolved. That it's possible to see Kony arrested this year, that it's possible to help these communities who've been suffering these attacks.
Kony was pushed out of Uganda in 2006 and has been operating more recently in eastern Congo, Central African Republic, and South Sudan. Last year, the U.S. sent 100 military advisors to help all those countries track the Lord's Resistance Army, and Assistant Secretary of State for Africa, Johnny Carson, says they're making progress.
Kony's forces have been dispersed, and they have been degraded. They certainly have not yet been defeated, and he has not been captured, but progress has been made. Our efforts these days are to try to do everything that we can to bring the small number of individuals who still cause great havoc,